Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I will discuss with you circulation in upper limb. Circulation in upper limb is done by right and left subclavian arteries. Right subclavian artery is a branch from brachiocephalic artery, while the left subclavian artery is a branch from arch of aorta. These arteries are actually curved arteries. Before entering into axilla, right and left subclavian artery give two branches. One branch is vertebral artery and the other branch is thoracic artery. Vertebral artery supply blood to the brain, while thoracic artery supply blood to breast and thoracic cavity areas. After entering into axilla, right and left subclavian artery continue as axillary artery. Axillary artery lies in the axilla. इसका first part जो है वो it lies deeply, while the rest part runs superficially and then it forms the brachial artery. Brachial artery is simply the continuation of the axillary artery. It is not the branch of it. It runs in the medial aspect of arm and passes to the front of elbow. Just below the elbow, about 1 centimeter, it divides into two branches. One branch is the radial artery and the other branch is the ulnar artery. Radial artery lies on the lateral side of the arm, while the ulnar artery lies on the medial side of the forearm. Radial and ulnar arteries supply blood to forearm on the lateral and medial sides. Radial artery एक pulse produce करती है which is known as the radial pulse and it can be felt on the lateral side of the forearm. Radial and ulnar artery shows anastomose. It means that they join with each other at some point and then they form deep and superficial palmar arches. Deep and superficial palmar arches give rise to palmar metacarpal and palmar digital arteries. These arteries supply blood to hands and fingers. So this is all about circulation in upper limb, which is started from the level of right and left subclavian artery and then end in the level of palmar metacarpal and palmar digital artery, which supply blood to hands and fingers. Now I will discuss with you circulation in lower limb, which is done through right and left common iliac arteries. These two arteries are branches of abdominal aorta which at the level of fourth lumbar vertebra form these arteries. Right and left common iliac artery divide into internal iliac artery and external iliac artery. Internal iliac artery supply the pelvic cavity, and the most important and largest branch of this artery is uterine artery, which supply the reproductive organs of females. External iliac artery passes into the inguinal ligament, which is the ligament in the thigh, and forms femoral artery. Femoral artery turns medially and enters the popliteal fossa. Popliteal fossa is basically the shallow depression at the back of the knee joint. So femoral artery enter in that popliteal fossa and it continues as popliteal artery. Popliteal artery passes through the popliteal fossa behind the knee, where popliteal pulse can be felt. Popliteal artery at the end of the popliteal fossa divides into anterior tibial artery and posterior tibial artery. Anterior tibial artery, as the name suggests, it lies in front of the leg and it continues as dorsalis pedis artery, which supplied dorsum of foot. What is dorsum of foot? Dorsum of foot is basically the front portion of the foot when we are in standing position. While posterior tibial artery runs medially on back of leg and forms peroneal artery. Peroneal artery lies on lateral side aspect of leg and supplies blood. Peroneal artery divides into plantar artery. Plantar artery supplies sole of foot, and a plantar artery along with dorsalis pedis form the plantar arch, which will supply toes of foot. So this is all about circulation in lower limb, which starts from the level of right common iliac arteries and end at the level of plantar arch, which is responsible for supplying blood in toes. Thank you so much.